Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the World Class Badass, aka Chocolate Thunder with a Caramel Swirl, aka Black Lightning with a Peanut Butter Filling, aka the Man of the Century, aka Big Daddy Long, and y'all know the rest. So, as you can tell by my shirt, and that it's getting a little colder outside, and that the leaves are falling and changing color, it's that time of the year again. It's the spooky season again. Tomorrow is Halloween, so I figured since it's almost Halloween, I wanted to do something a little spooky, a little creepy. Wanted to look at something a little creepy, a little spooky, and I was wrapping my brain about what I wanted to talk about because I knew I wanted to talk about something spooky, but I didn't know what. But then I remembered this one comic that I've heard about, like, last month, and I thought it was interesting. It's appropriately spooky and creepy, so let's talk about it. Today, we are going to be talking about Something is Killing the Children. Yeah, it's going to be one of those stories. So, Something is Killing the Children is a comic book that came out in 2019, and I believe it's still ongoing. And I also believe that there's going to be a live action adaptation of the comic coming to Netflix here soon. So check that out if you're interested and you want to read the comic, go read the comic. But check out the video if you don't like reading. So check the show. But anyway, Something is Killing the Children is about a woman named Erica Slaughter. Yes, that's her name, Erica Slaughter. So Erica Slaughter goes to this town in Wisconsin because in this town there is something in the forest that's killing the children. And her job is to go there and kill that thing, and that's basically it. So that's the plot. It might sound simple, but when you dive deeper into it, you realize that there's actually a lot of lore to this world. There's a lot of world building. There's different types of monsters, different classes of monster. There's a whole house of, they call it the House of Slaughter, where they send people out to different towns to kill different monsters. So the name Slaughter in this universe. So from what I hear, or from what I know of this world, in this world, the House of Slaughter, they adopt orphans, I believe, and they train these orphans to kill these monsters. And once they finish their training, they officially get the name Slaughter, the last name Slaughter. So it's very interesting. It's a very interesting idea. I do like the world building and the lore in this comic. I'm very interested in it. I want to know more. Erica Slaughter herself, I actually do kind of like her as a character. At first, she seems like a bit of a cold monster hunter, right? But as you read the story, you notice that she has a soft side. She's kind of a softie when it comes to children. There's this kid named James who, in the beginning, he saw all of his friends get killed by this monster, and more on all that later. But when she's with James, you see that she's very comforting with him, very patient with him. There's another time where she's interacting with a kid that she saved from the monster, and the kid is she's very again, soft. This kid asks her if she wants to draw with her or draw and color with her, and she said, yeah, that sounds fun. She's very gentle with children, and I like that about her. She has a big old soft spot for children, which is obviously why she's doing this to save them. And there's a moment where she says that when the sheriff in this town, I think his name is Joseph, excuse me, sorry, it's in the morning. I just woke up a few hours ago. I'm still kind of so sorry about that. Sheriff, this sheriff named Joseph takes her in because he finds her a little sus, and she says that he's gonna get a call soon, right? And when she's walking out, he asks, "So what do I do when this person calls me?" He says, she says, "Tell the other dude on the phone that he's an asshole and that he should have called sooner because five more kids are dead." So like, yeah, I do like her as a character so far. She's a badass, and she has a big soft spot for children, so I like that about her. Now, James. James, we meet this boy named James at the beginning. James has a group of friends, and they're playing a game of truth or dare, and eventually, James asks one of the kids, truth or dare. He picks dare, and he dares them to go in the forest, in the woods, because James told them earlier that he saw a big old creature, a big old monster, right? And his friends are obviously, you monster, yeah, you're just making this up to scare us. And James is like, no, dead ass, go out there. And so they all go out there, and then James sees like some fuck shit. Like, it's fucked. So this comic, that's the thing about this comic. This comic really lives up to its name. Something is killing the children, because there is something out there, and it does indeed kill the children. It it doesn't just kill the children. It brutalizes them. Like, they're in mostly some most of the time in comics, not just in comics but in movies and TV shows and video games, they don't go as far as to actually kill off children. But in this comic, no, they do. And like I said before, these children get brutalized. Like, they're ripped in half, limbs missing, like jaws just all the way messed up, like blood everywhere. It's very graphic, very bloody, and this, since this is happening to children, that's also like gives it that extra messed up factor, because it's like, damn, these are kids getting brutalized. Like, genuinely, it's very brutal. Like, they do not, this comic does not pull its punches when it comes to gore, and it doesn't pull its punches when it comes to children. Again, hence the name. So it's very brutal, very bloody. James as a character, he's like, I can he's one of those kids that I tend to not like in movies. He's one of those kids where it's like he wants to inject himself in this very, very, very dangerous situation, and he knows that it's very dangerous, but yet he still wants to go in anyway. I always do not like those types of kids in movies, because you're a kid. Get the fuck out of here and leave the rest of the adults to the professionals. So I tend to not like that kind of kid in these kind of scenarios. But in James's defense, when Erica is going to confront the monster, she tells him to stay back, and he does stay back. But I didn't get to this. Sarah has this little octopus, this little stuffed octopus that talks to her, that talks to her, and she can talk to it, and it gives her information on these monsters that she's hunting down. And this little octopus, he's an instigator, because this kid James, he's hands back, he's listening to what Erica said and staying back. But this little instigator octopus, he just goes, damn, you helpless, aren't you? Wow. Hey, and James was like, what? I'm just saying, you're scared, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, scared little boys should go home, because monsters like that eat scared little children. I'm just saying. And James is like, what? No, no, what? And he's like, okay, you just want to go and, like, pretend that this didn't happen, pretend that it's not your fault that you led your friends to their death. You just want to go and pretend it's not your fault and that you're going to lead Erica to her death. And I'm just saying, if I were in your shoes, I would go do something. I'm just saying. That's not exactly how he worded it, but that's essentially what happened. This octopus is a big instigator, and it's like pretty much wanted to lead James to his potential death. Yeah, that one kind of got a chuckle out of me because I was like, damn. I know I keep on saying this, and I sound like a broken record, but it's true. This octopus is an instigator, is a D1 instigator. So I'll give James the benefit of the doubt. He did listen to Erica. He did step back, get away from all the dangerous stuff. But unfortunately for James and unfortunately for Erica, the little stuffed talking octopus is an instigator. And it convinced James to go into the cave. So I'll give James that. I'll give him that. But what I won't give the benefit of the doubt to is a character named Tommy. So, Tommy, right? He's the brother of one of the children that went missing, right? AKA died. And Tommy is very, very frustrating. Like, he frustrated me to no end because, like, he thinks that Erica killed the kids, right? Because, he's saying, oh, this chick's sus, I'm gonna go deal with her, right? And he actively made the situation worse. Like, he went to the cave, he's like, aha, you killed her, you killed them. Right, he has a gun, right? Boo, 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 leave, I'm gonna take you in, right? And Erica's like, dude, step back, because the monster is literally right behind him, right? He's like, no, you kill, I'm gonna take you to justice. And it's like, dude, fucking listen to her. Like, I mean, in a way, I guess I kind of get it, because it did, to him, she did seem kind of sus, very sus, that she knows all of these kids and has maps and everything. So I guess in his perspective, he is justified, but dude, like, he just really frustrated me. And like I said before, he actively made the situation worse. I don't really want to go into the nitty gritty of how he made it worse, but if you decide to go out and read this, just know that he made this worse. He actively makes things worse. So yeah, he's a character that I won't give the benefit of the doubt to. He should have stayed his happy ass home somewhere else. But yes, I like the character so far. I'm intrigued on the lore and the plot. I think it's really, like, the world building is very great in this. I also like how I like the power system and how there are different classes of monster, and I like Erica, and I want to know more about Erica and about the House of Slaughter in general, because it's very intriguing. I'm intrigued. And also, I admit it, I kind of like the gore in here. I'll say it. Even though it is kids, like, I'm not saying I like seeing kids die, but I just like how brutal it is and how this comic doesn't pull its punches. So I'm only like a few issues in. I would say like 6 issues in, and it looks like things are starting to ramp up and get a little worse in Wisconsin. So we'll see how Erica deals with that. I might make another video on this topic soon. But yeah, so far, I'm really liking it so far. I give it 2 thumbs up. And yeah, so if I intrigued you, I recommend you go read this comic, because it's actually a genuinely good read. It's ongoing, so there's that too. Yeah, I recommend it. I really like it, and I hope y'all I hope I intrigued some of you. I hope I, what's the word I'm looking for? I hope I, sorry, it's still the morning. I'm still a little, ugh, you know what I mean? But yeah, I hope I intrigued you. I hope I showed y'all something, gave y'all something new to read and look forward to. Happy Halloween. Make sure y'all like this video if you like it. But if you really like me, then consider subscribing and ring that bell so you always know whenever I upload, because it is free. It is free. Don't be a dum-dum. Subscribe today. Deuces.